I just remembered I need to turn on my phone. Oh, it is on. It's just not high enough. Okay. Or on me. That's the problem.
We're going to have a really good conversation in between our sprints. That's for sure. Hello, everyone. Welcome to, this is the third live stream I've been on this week. I had one on Tuesday, then I was on Keelan's chat. Zuko came to say hi.
I just watched an hour-long video about Zula's psychology.
Oh my gosh, I like can't watch those because I'll get stuck in a rabbit hole of like wanting to.
I know. I told my mom, I was like, I just watched this and I want to rewatch all of Atla, even though I need to watch Shadow and Bone first.
Yes, that's on my to watch list this week. So
I'm doing it next week after my semester's over.
Nice. Yeah, apparently, so Heather just told me that she binge watched it. Hi, Heather. Finishing up work, but wanted to pop in and say, hey. Hopefully you can catch us. We'll be here.
I feel like most people binged it, but I know that Madeline Monahan is like forcing herself to watch one episode a day. And she just posted something on Instagram today, like a reel, I think. And she's like, this limiting myself to one a day is a lot harder than I thought.
Oh my goodness.
And I feel like I'm telling myself I'll do like max. Like I was like, okay, best case scenario, I do half on one day and half on the other, because let's be real, I'm not going to stop after one.
Yeah.
But then again, I know personally that I watched all of 13 Reasons Why the first season. I've refused to watch any of the others in one sitting. And that's 13 episodes.
That's what happens. I like, when I was on vacation for a week, I like binge watched all 6 seasons of I'm totally like forgetting it now. Oh my God.
Remember an actor, remember a plot.
It's like Eugene and his son, and it's like the rich family. Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek. Okay, I'm like, it's Dynasty or Schitt's Creek. You're like rich family, and I'm like
blanking. It's the end of the week. If I am incoherent, it's because this week was absolutely crazy and exhausting, but I'm happy to be here still working. And I wouldn't, because this week was so crazy, I would not have gotten as much done as I did if I didn't have these live streams. So I'm very grateful for accountability and motivation. Yeah. So, Zara, do you want to introduce yourself for everyone who doesn't know you? But hopefully people do.
Sure. My name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the self-published author of 5 and soon to be many, many more books. 3 are a young adult paranormal romance, and 2 are the start and middle of a new adult sci-fi romance. I'm working on the 3rd book on my second monitor for all these sprints. And I have a YouTube channel where I very, very infrequently upload sit-down videos about writing and musical theater. But I host writing sprints every Sunday at 9 Eastern on my YouTube channel.
Yay. And she is linked down below, so give her a follow if you aren't already. Heather said that's major self-control. Yes.
It's like, I don't think I'm going to have it. Let's be honest.
Oh my gosh. No, I can't. And so like, I binge watched a couple things in a row. It was Cobra Kai, and then I forget what was before Cobra Kai, but then it was Cobra Kai and then Schitt's Creek, and it was just like my world was just Netflix. And then I've been watching some anime and barely anything since then. No, I've heard good things about Lucifer.
Lucifer's amazing. They just dropped the trailer for season 5 part 2 because they had to do a break because of the pandemic, like screwed up the finishing of filming season 5.
I hate when it does that.
And then
Lucifer. I'm adding this.
That's a really good show. I have to say the 3rd season is a drag, and it got canceled on Fox after the 3rd season. But then Netflix picked it up, did an awesome season 4, and then delivered half of season 5, and then we've been waiting, and it's coming out the end of May. May 25th for second part of season 5, and then there's season 6 finale, because everyone's like, season 5 is not the end. Like, it's the devil. Like, come on, 6 seasons. And then when they announced it as the 6 seasons, they're like 666, and then just like highlighted the middle 6. And I was like, I mean, that was low hanging advertising. Like, I'm so all for it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
And Thrilling Adventures of Sabrina is good, but it's more horror than paranormal.
Ooh.
So like if you like Supernatural, like the later seasons of Supernatural,
I only watched like the first couple episodes of Supernatural, and then I was like, there's already a ton out. I'm overwhelmed.
Okay, I like the first 2, maybe first 3 seasons of Supernatural a lot better than everything else. And that was actually more horror than like the paranormal stuff they wound up going into.
Okay.
It's like overarching plots. And I was like, I kind of miss the monster of the week horror thingy that you set up as the premise. So like, if you like the first few episodes of Supernatural, even if you haven't watched the whole show, I think you'll like Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Cool.
There is cannibalism, but like...
Oh my God. I'm okay. I watched Hannibal, so...
Okay, then you're fine. It's not nearly as bad as that.
I like paranormal and like horror. Like I like both. So
I like soft horror. Like it has to be paranormal, and someone who's a horror fan is like, you know, this is horror, right? And then like, oh, I guess it is. But like, I can't like go into something that's labeled as horror and be like, everything about this scares me. The jump scares, the non-jump scares, and like...
I think like, so for me, there was a point where I was just like watching all these scary movies. It wasn't even fall, Halloween. And then one of my patients, she literally had like a notebook and like had written out all the movies she watched and starred them. So then she like wrote out a list for me, and like some were a bust and some were good. And I realized the ones I didn't like were where like people were being tortured or like something bad was happening and there wasn't like a reason for it. They never explained it. So it's just like, well, this person that is good is being, you know, tortured and there's no explanation. But if there's some backstory or a reason behind the torture, then it's okay.
Did you watch Suspiria?
No, I haven't.
Okay, the original is a good one. I haven't watched the remake, which I think starred Dakota Johnson. Like the costumes look really good and the trailer looked good, but I just never got around to watching the new one. And Chilling Adventures of Sabrina pays homage to Suspiria.
Oh, cool.
Like there's a stained glass window somewhere. I can't remember which episode or which scene, but it's like the same stained glass window.
Oh, cool.
So, that was cool. But other than that, it's like I can't watch The Witch, even though I really want to, because it like the trailers look so good, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not going to set myself up for like failure. and like, obviously, there are certain things where I'm like, hell no, it is one of them. Like any version of it. Like people are like, oh, the Tim Curry one is funny. And I'm like, well, that still scares the shit out of me.
Yes, I you know, I'll give anything a chance, you know, and it's whether I will finish it.
You're braver than I am.
Kristen's here. Hi, Kristen. And I'll be here for real. No worries. Hope you're having a good dinner. And Magdalene's here. Hello. I've been watching Supernatural with my little cousin, and it's so overwhelming that she wants to see every single episode now.
That is overwhelming. No. Did they have? I know they had 13 seasons. Did they go past that? I can't remember.
It's like I still know people now.
Season 14.
Okay.
They should have ended on unlucky number 13.
They should have.
Although for me, 13 has always been a lucky number.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm weird, so. Friday the 13th has almost always been like a lucky day for me.
I'm always like, ooh, Friday the 13th. And then like nothing ever like happens. Like I think about it.
You own a black cat. If you're going to be superstitious, yeah. I think Zuko is the wrong pet to have.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Zuko, are you evil? We don't know. Maybe. But like I've known people who have started watching Grey's Anatomy, and I'm like, are you crazy? Starting from episode 1, season 1, like that's ballsy.
Also, when there are like spoilers every single night about like something, I'm like, I already got spoiled about Shadow and Bone. It's like, yes, the books have been out for years, but they made changes to the show. I'm like, I'm trying to avoid spoilers, and like people just won't. Like, you can't have internet and not get spoiled by something. So why are you starting a show all the way at the beginning?
Oh my gosh. So this week I saw, and thankfully I didn't read it, but I had stumbled upon someone's tweet, and it was like, they were quote tweeting their tweet being like, oops, didn't mean to spoil people. And then, so I'm like, well, now you're showing people, you're retweeting this and reminding people to spoil. Like,
what really bothers me is when people on Twitter and Facebook, and they're like, oh, content warning. or spoiler alert. And then they go down 3 lines as if that is where the media break is. And it's like, yo, I can still see the problematic text. You didn't need to go down 3 lines and waste the space. You got to go down a lot further for it to like cut out.
Right. They need some sort of, Twitter tutorial. Raph's here. Hi, Raph. And yeah, they had 15 seasons.
Okay, I was one off.
Yes.
I stopped watching after like season 4, if not season 3. So,
hi, Jennifer. Yay, you made it to my last live stream on Tuesday. I think almost everyone here did. So good to see you all again.
Almost everyone here is like a new name for me. So.
Oh,
hello, nice to meet you all. Except Raph.
Raph, yeah.
I'm really weird. There are certain things I hate spoilers on, and there are certain things where it's like, I'm going to read it, whatever, no matter what, I'm okay with the spoiler. But Shadow and Bone, because I've heard there's so many changes between some really problematic ones and like some like things that seem to fix problematic stuff in the books, I'm like, I don't want to know the spoilers for the show.
Right.
Like, it's one thing if I were searching for book spoilers to be like, is this worth reading after I've seen the show? Exactly. And I already got spoiled on the books because, like I said, the internet cannot handle it.
Stay away. Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. But like for a scary thing, like when I watched Get Out, I read the plot first because I had to watch it for a class, and I made my partner at the time watch it with me. He's like, it's not scary. I'm like, yeah, to you horror aficionado, not scary at all. But to me, every jump scare is scary.
Oh no, I love scary things, and that was scary. Like,
I can't watch Us, and I can't see a trailer for Them, and I'm just like, no.
Oh, I'm so excited for Them. Oh my gosh, it's just, yes, please.
I think it's probably amazing, but I'm just like, I know that I wouldn't be able to sleep for like a month. I can't forfeit my well-being for that long. Oh, wait, I love that you added your image. How'd you do that?
I can do that by what did I do? I think I bought like a membership on the stopwatch time website, which was like maybe like $10 for the year or something like that.
That is insane.
Yeah, it was like a super affordable price. And then I was like, ooh, this is a perk. I didn't know that was there. So
the plot of Hereditary intrigued me so much, but the trailer scared me so much. I was like, no.
I actually didn't see Hereditary, so
I heard it was good. What was another one that I heard was good? I'm now blanking on every horror movie I've ever tried to put out of my mind, so it's not really surprising.
The Conjuring is good. Insidious is good.
Insidious trailers and posters. Even the poster alone, like, is enough to like give me like.
Yes. Okay, I need to watch something scary now. I'm like, you're getting me so hyped, Zara.
Okay, something that I do watch though. I don't know why. I find it less scary though. I think probably because my mom has told me about a lot of it. Is like Hitchcock stuff.
Yeah.
Because there was like one. Oh no! That was Twilight Zone, where there's a certain episode of something, and my mom told me the twist ending, but she's like, it still gives her shivers all these years later. Mm-hmm. And I watched it. I was like, yeah, that is creepy, even knowing it was coming. But I tried to watch the first Twilight Zone episode, like the old one, not the new. Oh my God, is it Key or Peele, the one who did Us and
I can't remember.
I always I could obviously picture them separately, but I don't remember which name goes to who. But anyway, he obviously revived the Twilight Zone. I'm not talking about the first episode of his version. I'm talking about like the original episode. That scared me so bad. I was like, I know the special effects aren't as good. I know all of these things. It does not change the fact that I'm scared.
You're allowed to be scared. Hi, Caitlin. All the Conjuring World movies are good. That's the nice thing when it's like, oh, yes, they don't like mess it up.
I heard Friday the 13th, like the movies got crazy.
Yeah, gosh.
There's one where he's like in space.
What? I don't remember that.
I heard that as a joke in some other thing, so I don't know if they were actually joking or if they were referencing
Got it.
a real sequel that happened.
Got it. And Hollow Man, was that the Invisible Man one, Heather? I forget.
No. Invisible Man and Hollow Man are different.
Oh, it's different.
Invisible Man is
Then I didn't see
abusive.
Hollow Man.
Is abusive boyfriend or husband? Don't remember.
Yeah, like ex or something like that.
Yeah. And Elizabeth Moss, and he turns invisible to like torture her, and no one believes her.
Oh, right. So
until he then kills a bunch of the hospital staff, and it's like, do you believe me now?
Yes, right. Oh my God, that was insane. I love that.
And that I gleaned from the trailers, and I'm like, I'm never watching this. I would never be able to leave my home again. I wouldn't even be able to live in my home. I would be paranoid.
Let us know which cat you think is going to win this race. We'll get started in a second.
I'm going for the one between black and the bluish gray. So I guess like the more tan gray.
Yeah, we call them the taupe cat. Because we don't know. We're like, he's like a tawny taupe.
I mean, that's a very good description. It was just escaping me.
Because Zuko's here, I'm going to vote for Zuko. So I'll say the black cat.
If Maddie were here, I'd be like, or Salem.
Oh, yes.
She refuses to watch Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, though, because she's like, the cat doesn't talk. And I'm like, it's not that type of show.
That's okay.
The cat should not talk.
Yeah, right. That's okay if the cat doesn't talk. Yes, and A Quiet Place. Oh, so good. Yes, they're ready to sprint, and we are ready to sprint. So put in your vote for the cat, and we are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. All right, the tawny taupe cat won.
Yay!
You won, Zara. That's awesome. Magdalene said the yarn is too cute. And Caitlin said, I'm bad. I'm watching the cats instead of writing. I usually do that near the end, like, because there's usually like the underdog comes through, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to see this.
I wasn't watching. I surpassed my daily word count goal, but I have a lot more to do tonight.
Yay! No, that's awesome. Woohoo! How did everyone else do? I'm working on my Upwork freelance project that I've been working on during every stream, making good progress, and I'm hoping to finish it this weekend, just by chipping away at it every day like I've been doing. So
it's writing?
It's like I'm coming up with like an exercise inventory. So yeah, I'm having to type stuff into like an Excel spreadsheet.
So not even like nonfiction writing. It's
no, yeah. Which is good. I get to use like the PT side of things, you know. Yeah. But hey James, how are you? Raph said I'm trying to be like Zara, finish my schoolwork early. Nice.
This past week I finished 3 of my 4 final assignments, and I couldn't do the 4th one because I needed to wait for my teacher to send me stuff. And he sent it today, but then me and my classmates couldn't open it. So I don't know if he's going to remedy it until Monday because he's an Orthodox Jew. He might send it on Sunday, like, which means he's basically out of commission from now all through Saturday.
Oh gosh.
It's due on Thursday, so like I have time, but part of me is like, this is unfortunate.
No.
I was to work on it tomorrow.
Oh man. Well, will it take a long time, like when you do?
I have to make has to be a 7-minute presentation, which means I probably shouldn't be doing more than 10 slides. And I already have the content to make like 3 of them. I just didn't today because I was like, I want to wait until I have all the materials, and then I'll just do novel writing today. And instead what I did is I did writing this morning during my stream, watched a bunch of YouTube, and now I'm writing again. But I met my word count goal for the day, so I can't really complain.
Nice. Yeah, you're doing bonus extra stuff, so that's awesome. Yeah, and then what's your plans for the weekend? I know you're streaming on Sunday. I've got my reminder on. Hopefully we'll make it.
Yay! If you don't, obviously, I'm not offended. No pressure. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night around like at 8:00 Eastern on Bree's channel for awesome. A Write and Wine. She's having other guests. I don't know who else is going to be on there. But I was texting Bree basically not texting, but like Instagram messaging her all day about Ben Barnes. Like not even Shadow and Bone, but like Ben Barnes. And I was like, I promise not to turn tomorrow into like a Ben Barnes appreciation stream. And she's like, I mean, I'd be fine with that. And then I was like, I can't remember his nickname, which is Bin Bonds. And I was like, it's something with bins. And she's like, oh, Bin Bonds. And I'm like, my other guess was Bonbons, so I should have just smashed the 2 together and I would have been right.
Oh my God.
Because I had heard it and read it once. I'd heard it like twice and read it once, and I was like, God damn it, I can't remember. So I asked her because she's like, awesome. She's like, I think she's a bigger fan of him than I am.
Got it.
Like I like him for certain things, but like I haven't followed his career or anything. And my mom is so funny. He is like, I was like, she's like, what does he look like? And I showed her a picture. She's like, oh my God, he looks like Tom Ellis, who's in Lucifer. And I was like, well, it depends on his haircut and his facial hair and his age, because every single time I see him in something, he looks different. And I was like, and he's like the only actor who I'll see, and I'll be like, you're familiar. Why? And then I look it up, and I'm like, oh, it's because you changed your hairstyle again. But there was a clip where he was doing something on Instagram. He's very active on Instagram, but he was doing something. And I don't know how old the clip was. But like, you know, like one of those stupid things that you like, it's a filter and it like makes you tilt your head and it does things or whatever. So it was like some gibberish thing, and it was making him say something. And he's saying some gibberish thing, obviously, as is the thing. And then he finally gets it, and then it switches to, it's telling him to say, "Call me daddy." And he just looks at the camera, closes his eyes, and then it cuts off. And I was just like, and in that moment, he looked very much like Jamie Dornan, like from like the camera angle. And also, I just think, whatever. I think he had more facial hair than he does, or wasn't as groomed as it is in like Shadow and Bone or something.
Got it.
He honestly can look like a lot of different people while always looking like Ben Barnes.
That's so funny. Oh wait, is Jamie Dornan in?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is he?
No. But it was just in this one clip because my mom keeps going like, "Oh my God, he looks like Tom Ellis," and I'm like, I don't see it because like I know what Ben Barnes looks like when he doesn't look like Tom Ellis.
Yeah.
So I was like in this one moment, I was like, that's funny. But he just like looked at it, was like you could see him be like, "F no."
That's hilarious. Magdalene got maybe 200, but I need to write 1,400 more or else I'll fail camp. No! I've been writing all day to catch up though. You can totally do it.
We believe in you.
Yes. We will hop into the next sprint soon so we can all be productive and have you hit your goal.
I'll stop rambling, I promise.
No, you're fine. I love it. I learned so much. I'm not talking as much because I'm so parched. Like, I don't know why. I think it's like talking all week and then it's like.
I just feel like I never get to chat with you because like you're so rarely on my channel and it like
know.
hasn't normally worked out for me to be on yours. So it's like,
but it's
I'm getting it all in.
Yeah, and then this weekend I'm gonna plan out my videos for May, and then I'm hoping to pick a day. So actually, I was gonna post a poll on my channel to see like if there were days or times people preferred, but I was thinking of maybe doing on Saturdays like just a consistent day and time and kind of like you do because I really like that. It's like I know like to expect that.
If you do Saturday and you need a co-host, hit me up.
Oh yes, that's why I'm like if I plan it, then I can like have someone and I can like have the people like more often like you and all these people that I've been having because it's like oh my gosh, it's been since like November since I've like actually talked to you because I had you on my streams during Nano and like that's way too long.
Yeah.
So. I got a little bit
on my channel recently, but it was like with two other people, so we didn't get like a one-on-one type of.
I like having both. Like a lot of people is fun, and then the one-on-one too is good. So.
Oh yeah, I love both. I can stream alone, but it's just like never as fun.
Oh my gosh! But my stream before Camp Nano, it was like Camp Nano prep, like last minute productivity or whatever, and I did it by myself, and I was like, this is horrible, because like it took a while before like I forgot to put up like tags on the video, so like no one was on for like a really long time, and I was like,
oh no.
Yeah, I was like talking to myself and I'm like, this is so awkward. And I'm like, let's start sprinting. And I'm just like, hopefully people will show up. And I was like, this is so awkward.
I mean, the thing is though, is that I sprint by myself every Friday morning on Twitch. I just became an affiliate. So that was super exciting. And like that is because it's a set time, people know to show up on time. So I don't have that problem anymore. But like when I was first starting streaming, and I had a few where I was like, here's a pop-up. It's just me before I started getting guests. And then once I started getting guests, I was like, okay, it is my goal to not have to stream again without anyone. And then I started a Twitch channel where I basically only stream by myself.
No, that makes sense. You know, like if they have that if you have that consistency, then like, you know, people are going to show up. So you're not going to like be by yourself, you know. Oh no, I've already failed camp, but I'm still writing. Oh, what was your goal, Caitlin? Kristen's rooting for Magdalene. Yay! That's the energy I need. You can do it. Chill cat. Wait, I can't see the emoji on Hold on, I gotta pull it up. I can't see it on StreamYard. Oh my gosh, that's a chill cat. That's so cute.
Wait, where? I don't.
I like went to the. It's like a cat in a box.
Oh yes, yes, I've seen
That's
that
so cute.
on YouTube before.
That's super cute. I wish like they would show up on the StreamYard.
I feel like YouTube stopped allowing StreamYard to like get better because they're trying to force everyone to use YouTube Live. Like,
no,
no,
it's not gonna happen.
I like the system on StreamYard, and I'm okay, and I like the system on Streamlabs OBS.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I feel like StreamYard is just where it's at. 20,000. I did about 2,000. Hey, that's 2,000 more than you had. So I'm glad that you're still going. Like, that's awesome.
I'm trying to think. Did I surpass my Camp Nano goal?
I forgot to I need to go on Camp and delete my.
Wow, I deleted my thing. I was like, I'm not being held by this.
I know. I didn't go on since day one. That's bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go delete that. Let's pull up our other cats. Let's see. Okay, so I reset timer. Oh, I didn't. Did I shuffle the cats? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle them.
Shuffle them.
I shuffle them so they're not in the same order. So yeah.
Okay, I'm just looking at my my Millwordy spreadsheet,
mm-hmm.
and I'm counting up. Or I'm not personally counting up. I'm letting Apple numbers tell me the sum of all of the word counts associated with my novel this month so far. I haven't put in my word count for today, or my word count so far today. Yes, okay. My goal was 20,000, and as of yesterday, I finished with 20,178 words.
Wow! Yay! Congrats! That's awesome.
I'm gonna go with the blue-gray cat, who's still in the middle.
I'm gonna go with the black one again, and hope that he'll give me. I just have to stick with him now because if I don't, he'll win. Or if I don't, yeah, that's when he'll win.
Is Zuko in the dog crate?
Oh, that's Oliver now.
Oh, okay. I was like.
Yeah, and then Zuko's finally settled down on the little corrugated cardboard scratch bed.
Oh, that's cute. Raph is calling me a machine. I always feel like I'm the little engine that could, where it's like I could break down any minute. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, I've been saying I'm on the who
I mean, productivity-wise, not mental health-wise, although that's not an inaccurate description.
Right. Ooh, we have so many people going with the orange cat. Ginger, let's see.
1, 2, 3.
3.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with the next sprint. In 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity.
Ginger won.
Oh, so many people were right.
Mine came in last.
Caitlin, Jennifer, and Kristen. Oh my gosh. Zuko, you keep letting me down, buddy. I didn't do any Upwork that time because I was trying to prep. The only thing I have planned this weekend is the Diversity is Lit book club discussion tomorrow. And I figured out how to make an event on Goodreads to like invite everyone who's a member to, you know, be like, hey, like you can come to the, you know, event. So I found out how to do that and that was fun. But cool. Yeah.
I got 299 words exactly.
Ooh, write one really quick.
No, I'm gonna keep myself honest. I surpassed 1,000 words for the day. Like, so I started writing this in mid-March, and my deadline isn't until May 31st for myself, so that I'll have a whole month to like revise it before publication. Nice. I'm writing and revising and editing and publishing it like really fast. Like one comes out and then I start the next one immediately. I'm never doing this system again, by the way. And so every day I only have to write like between 700 and 800 words, unless like I completely skip a day, in which case it's normally like 850. And so my word count goal today was 751, and I'm at 1,135.
Nice.
But I have like 600 more words to go before this chapter is like on par with other chapters, and some are shorter than others, but it's still like I still got a lot to do in the chapter too. So
yeah, you want some sort of consistency that helps.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. Like, you know, you post like your progress. I like that, like the chapter by chapter.
Thanks. There's like one chapter that's super short. It's like, so most of my chapters are 17, 14.
Mm-hmm.
And chapter 17 is less than 500 words, but it's like, it's for pacing reasons, but I have a chapter much earlier. I think like chapter 1.
I was gonna say
that's like less than 900 words, and I'm like, no, that's got to be bigger when I revise.
It's like, yeah, that is good that you like, you know, make it kind of to help with pacing and stuff. And have you read, or did you read These Violent Delights?
Not yet. It's on my list. But I'll probably, to be honest, I'll probably read that before I read Shadow and Bone, but not before I watch Shadow and Bone.
Yeah. There's like I think it's one sentence. There's like a one sentence chapter.
Well,
and it's like
Patterson used to do that in Maximum Ride, and I would like love it. Like it would be like a one sentence chapter, sometimes like a 1-page chapter, sometimes like a 2-page chapter, but like one piece of paper.
Yes.
And I just love that.
Yeah, I love those.
Other chapters that were like I guess at the time I thought they were long. Now I don't know if I'd consider them long, but like in comparison to like a single sentence, obviously much longer. So
well, it was so perfect because Mexican Gothic I read this month, and there's like 30 days in the month, and there was like 302 pages. So I'm like, sweet, I can read like 10 pages a day. And then all the chapters are consistently like 10 to like 12 pages.
Oh
so
my God.
So I'm just like, I can essentially just read a chapter. And so it was just like so nice. Yeah, instead of like, well, you know, I'm in the middle of a chapter now, or so it just was perfect.
I haven't read it yet. That's also on my list, but my program, I'm in the NYU Masters in Publishing program, and they teamed up with Publishers Weekly for an event. Was it in the fall semester or in 2021? I can't even remember. I think it was at the end of 2020, where they had like booksellers on one panel, and they had marketers and advertisers on another panel. And basically they were kind of like at odds, where the marketers were like, we got to like sell to customers, like directly to customers. and all the bookstores were like, we're getting cut out of the equation, and bookstores aren't going to exist if this keeps going.
Yeah.
But then another panel was the case study of launching Mexican Gothic in like the middle of the pandemic, and they were like, we did get to send out physical ARCs and stuff before the world shut down, but then they had to switch to NetGalley, and they just did a lot of things online, and it was cool to learn how they pivoted and stuff.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even like realize that because I was like, oh yeah, it came out in 2020, but I didn't think like when.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, June 30th. Oh yeah, that's something. Kristen made it through another section of her plan. She's doing a business plan, which is awesome.
Oh, that's cool. I should probably make one of those sometime soon. But like grad school and writing a novel, I was like, somewhere in there, I'll do it one day.
Yeah, it's difficult. There's so much. There's too much, and you can't do it all, which is like hard for me because I want to do it all.
But like my capstone that I have to do next year, and I actually have to submit my proposal by like, I think probably by November of this coming of like 2021, maybe even sooner. I need to check the deadlines again. Our capstone has to be like, you create a publishing initiative, whether it's like an imprint or a publishing house or a program or something, and you have to have a business plan complete with financials and everything. And I'm like, well, I want to learn how to do it.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, not quite
next year that you have to do it.
Yeah, next school year.
Cool. And then do you have one more year, or what's?
So I'm finishing my first year, and then next year will be it. So May 2022, I will be done with grad school and done with all like formal education. Woo-hoo. And granted, I did say that after undergrad before I found out about this program from my former boss, but my former boss is now my professor.
That's awesome.
And his assistant, who was also my boss at the time, like I had 3 bosses at the same time. He's an alumni from the program, so I was like, I'll apply, and if I get in, then great, and if I don't, then fine. And I got in, so now I'm like, okay, this is literally the last thing I'm going to do education-wise because I really want to work and start making money.
Right? No, that's There's no shame in that. I like tell people a lot. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't go through like PT school again because it was like a job. It was like worse than a job because you had to like do stuff. You had to like study when you came home from school and then study on the weekends, and you had no life. And so it was like, yeah, I don't want to do that again.
I think for a long time I was like fine with school. And I hit middle school, and I kind of got to a point where I was like, I like learning. I don't really like school. Mm-hmm. But obviously I had to keep going. And once I started having internships where I was like doing real stuff for money, I was like, doing stuff for grades just seems so stupid.
Right. It's like, yeah, you want to start making money, not paying schools more money to,
And my uncles, God bless them, are like, oh, like we're really proud that Zara got into this program, but like she's not gonna like constantly be in school, right? Like she's one day gonna get a job. And my mom and I are both like, oh no, Zara wants to work.
There are those people, yeah. It's like they can't stop. They don't want to go into the real world,
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, get me into the real world, please.
It's a good
answer. Certain things I could do without the anti-Asian hate that's going around in the real world right now, but like.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice, please.
Yeah. Woo!
Yay, Raph! Just finished a final exam. Awesome. Is this your last final exam? Like out of all the finals you have? That's sweet. It's like it was 80 degrees here the other day, and then it got a little colder, but it's going to be warming up now. So I'm like, summer is almost here. So I'm looking forward to a little bit of freedom and things with the warmer climate.
Same here. It reached Did it reach 80? I think it did. It reached 80 like a few days ago, and then today has been cooler.
Yeah.
But there was a day where it was like in the 70s. I'm like, okay, this is where I'm happy. Like,
Yes.
once it hits the 80s, sometimes I'm like, a little too warm, but like mid 70s to like 50s to mid 50s are where I'm the most comfortable. And then if there's no wind, I'm okay at 32 degrees as long as I'm bundled up. But if there's wind, I'm like, no.
I don't like cold where the air hurts my face. I'll take like 60s without wind. 70s is my ideal. I'm okay with 80s, but I don't like humidity. So
I hate humidity, and I live in New York.
I'm not in the right.
So humid.
Yeah, I'm not in the right place being in Chicagoland with the lakefront and all of that. So okay for this class, yeah. So that's fun.
I mean, I just had to walk Riley, my dog, for people who don't know, who often makes an appearance on my streams, but very short because she hates my ring light. I had to walk her a lot of times, like in the cold and in the snow, and as long as it wasn't like windy, I was mostly okay. But sometimes I was just like, oh my God, Riley, just do your thing.
No. That's why when we were like looking to rent a townhouse, like when we moved out of the city into the suburbs, like they would either have a garage and no yard or a little yard and no garage. So we were like, okay, which one would we rather have? Or like if we have either or, like I guess it's like a good thing. So we moved into 2 years ago, we moved into this townhome and it has like a tiny yard. And then when the winter's here, I'm like, I'm glad. Well, I do have to brush all the snow off my car and scrape all the ice off, which
you can like open the.
But yes, I open the door, Kyrie goes, I don't have to like yell at her to hurry up. And her paws are super sensitive to the cold too. So like I don't have to like strap on the booties, which take forever. And then she's out for 2 seconds and comes back in. So it's just like the yard is what I want. Ideally I'd have both, but I'll take a tiny yard.
There's this woman who's like lives a few blocks from my mom and me, and she invented this thing called now I'm gonna forget, walkie paws. And they're like leggings that go on the dog. And we put those on and like I can do them pretty fast. But there were certain days where my mom and I were just like, oh my God, we could just open the door.
What is it called? Walkie paws?
Yeah, I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds awesome.
And they've been like featured in a lot of like magazines and stuff and very popular, and they're expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but like they last for like 4 years, like one pair.
That's good.
But I also feel like if we had a yard, like if we lived in a house and we had a yard, and my mom would be like paranoid that like a coyote would grab Riley or something. So like I don't think there's a way that we can get around us like having to walk her.
Oh no. Well, I was just telling people like, because my cats have been wanting to go outside now that it's been nicer out, and I was letting them out in the yard last summer and like just standing out there. But like there was one time where there's like a tree right by the fence, and Oliver like jumped up to try to get to the bird and like almost like went over the fence. And then like we have a wooden fence that's between us and our neighbor's yard, and they have a dog, and it's like become more dilapidated over time, so it's like kind of leaning, and it's like I'm afraid that they will like somehow get over there when I'm not looking or something, or so I don't want any like mishaps. So I actually ordered today little cat harnesses that I got an ad for on Facebook. Facebook ads always work, but I bought those, and then like I haven't had them on their like flea and tick prevention because I'm like they don't go outside, but because I want to let them go out, I just got that today, and so I put that on them. So I'm like, when their harnesses come, they're going to be harnessed and leashed and both go outside, but it has to be on my terms because, and then someone was like, what if like, are there hawks around your like area? I'm like, no. They're like, there are hawks around us. I'm like, I don't think like a hawk's gonna come when I'm there. And like
my mom is just so paranoid, and I'm like, you know what? I inherited some of your neuroses, so
but no,
like I'm not going to tell you that it's not ever going to
happen. No, it's true. Oh my goodness, 64. Yeah, I think it was about that here too.
I think so here.
So it was really nice. 55 and sunny to like 68. Unless you're swimming, then it can be warmer. Yeah. I just like
yeah, if it's swimming, it can go up to like 90 for me.
Yes.
But like once I'm done swimming, I like need to be in like a hot shower and then in like inside with air conditioning.
And Caitlin's got to go. Bye. Thanks for coming. Yeah, so here, let me see it. Let me share it, or let me know.
I also keep meaning to tell you during the breaks and keep forgetting. I love your shirt, Holly.
Oh, thank you. So I actually got this. I was sprinting just as a, just in the chat on Sarah Sutton's channel a couple weeks ago. And she had this shirt and she's like, this is from my Redbubble store. And I'm like, I need that in my life.
Wait, let me see if I can find the thing I have from her.
So I was like, I need this, and then I got stickers too.
Oh, did I get stickers from her? I don't know that I did.
Oh, here's the.
Oh my god, I have so many drawers with sweaters. I can't find where I put hers.
Look at these. Look at these wacky paws. This is like the funniest and cutest thing I've. Oh my gosh.
Okay, this is the one I got from her.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
I love author merch.
I want to get that t-shirt, but I just like didn't think of it at the time.
Yeah, I like almost wanted the hoodie, but I'm like, it's gonna be warm out. Get a t-shirt, Holly. So.
It says loose ankle fit, but there's another one where
so cute.
They're in the back. There's always like a little bit elastic for the back paws, and then my mom and I got the special ones where you can actually tighten the front and all four.
Oh, this is like so cute. This is so adorable. Just like,
it's such an investment, but it's also really worth it. So like, I can't. I
just can't. No, yeah, like I mean, we had the regular booties on Kyrie where it like straps around, but sometimes they would fall off, or I'm afraid of making it too tight.
Everything like falls off Riley until we found those.
So she like the ones that she has are like they're decent, but there was once where like even in the winter her paws were really like irritated and she literally like bit through it to like get to her paw so she could lick it. It was like really gross. I was like, oh my gosh, like okay, I guess we can't put that on your paws. So
we Kristen said my sister's dog would hate those. We put them on Riley and she like in Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
Where like he's in all those coats and he can't move.
Yes.
So Riley will just like stand stock still, and then we're like, okay, let's go. And then she like waddles like a really old lady or something because like she feels the rubber on her paws instead of like the normal ground. So she's like, this is weird. But then the moment we come in and we take them off, she's like off to the races. And she's like, oh, thank God.
Yes. Kyrie, when we put the booties on her and go outside, I call her a horse because she just is clapping and just like, but it's actually bad because then she'll run like on the icy sidewalk. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. So then I'm like waddling like a pregnant lady / penguin and trying not to like slip and fall because she's like ready to go. And it's scary. It's like horrible.
Riley like loves to run in the snow, and she also likes leaves, like fall leaves. But she hates rain. Like she hates it. Hates the rain if it's falling, hates the sidewalk if it was raining. I'm like, how do you love snow so much and hate rain? It's still water from the sky.
No. Rain is just the enemy. So Lucky Rab being in Florida. Oh, so lucky. What's the temperature there right now? Also, okay, so I'm gonna set the timer again. I'm starting to fade and didn't and need to eat. So let's do.
It's 81 degrees in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh my gosh! What? I'm gonna set it for a 10-minute wind down sprint if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is our 50. Let me see. Let me make it less. Let me make it 25. Gonna do our 20. We'll do a 25 cat. Oh, it's still hard to see. That's all right.
25 cats?
Yeah, usually I have 50, but I was trying to make it so that people could see the cats a little bit more.
I'm so confused. Oh my goodness.
So you essentially have to choose a number.
I thought you were joking.
I've been doing insane numbers for the last one and been like having a blast.
Yeah, I can see why. Like, oh my goodness, I thought you were joking. I'm gonna go with 8. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with 13 based on our earlier discussion.
Oh, that's right. Well, there's this blue one. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. So I'm gonna go with 6 because that's the blue one. I can count that one. All right, let us know which cat you think is going to win, and we are gonna wind down for our last sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. Number 9 won.
Throughout that whole thing, I kept thinking, oh, I should have picked a different number, but I wouldn't have even guessed number 9 either. So.
No. Oh, look, mine was like 4th place. The blue one, number 6.
I don't even see 13, so 13 was in the middle of the pack for a lot of it, and then just fell.
Oh.
But made a few comebacks, so I was like, oh, maybe.
Yeah. And then the ginger cat, hey, he did 3rd place, so. Oh wait, let me see. I never realized that it said super full screen on here. Let me see what that does. Oh, it makes it bigger. Okay.
Okay, 23 was 2nd place. I would say the ginger cat was
he was
3rd. And then I think the blue cat was 4th.
Yeah. He did well. He tried. I'll take it. Yeah, Magdalene, on the last sprint, I always throw a whole bunch of cats and have people pick a number because sometimes it's hard to see the colors, or there's more than one color for some, or there's more than one of the same color. So, yeah, it's always my my fun thing I do now. It's a fun ritual.
I wrote 145 words in that final sprint.
Awesome.
I'm like getting to the action of the scene.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, actually, I was prepping my answers for the discussion questions for the book club tomorrow. So I realized, I was like, oh, I still need to do that. I should do that.
That is important.
Yeah, it's very important. Well, this was a blast. Super, super fun. And the time flew by.
Thank you for having me.
No, it was so much fun. So yeah, I posted my poll. I'm gonna hopefully be having a consistent day and start planning stuff. So I like what you do, like the group message on Instagram and just asking everyone. So maybe I'll try to do that too.
Yeah.
To plot and plan out the month.
I feel like Instagram is probably punishing me for those group chats, but like it's just the most effective.
Right. No, that's so evil. Like that. Why would they do that?
Like, cause they've been like shadow banning me for like months, and like there was 1 week where it was better, and then I was just like, I don't know what's happening.
That's so dumb. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll do something different then.
I mean, you could maybe like. I was gonna say Discord, but like, I feel like more authors are active on Instagram than on Discord.
Right. Yeah. Because I just like message everyone individually and like, hey, like, and then
maybe
I just
you could do smaller groups.
Maybe. Yeah. That's true. Good compromise.
Yeah. You have I voted in your poll, and you have a 3-way tie. Right
oh, it's a 3-way tie. Ooh, exciting. Let's see.
So everyone should vote on Holly's poll.
Yes.
On her community tab.
Yes, thank you. Now I'm gonna be like obsessively checking it. Ooh, it's split. Oh man. We'll see. Yeah, I know I made the mistake once of, not mistake, but like when I was trying to come up with like a live stream schedule, like when I first started doing live streams, and I was like, what days and times work for you guys? And I posted on like Instagram and then like YouTube, and I don't think I did Twitter, but it was like, well, people are saying when they're available on Instagram, but that doesn't mean that they're going to then come over to YouTube. So I'm like, I should just poll people on YouTube because they're the ones that are probably likely to, you know, see my stream and actually be on there and subscribed and all that. So
yeah.
Yay! Thank you, Kristen. Thanks for coming and joining us. I'm so glad you got some more done. And you guys are helping me get work done, so I'm appreciative of that. Raph asked, have you ladies ever started a story and you don't know how it will end or what the big twist is? Did you guys get stuck? Usually I know the ending. And if there's some things that I don't know, it's not as integral. Like, it's like I can kind of decide in the moment. But usually I have a good idea because I'm a plotter. So I like to know what's going to happen.
I'm becoming a plotter, but I always get, sometimes not like at the exact same time, but normally like within the same night, I get main character, premise, and title, and end. And like maybe sometimes like the climax where it's like beginning, middle, end, and then it's like just filling it in. And I used to kind of just be a headlights writer, which is like, you're basically a pantser, but you have a direction. Like, you're not just like completely discovery writing and like, I could go anywhere with this. But now I'm a plotter, because I think for this series, especially because it's my first full, like, it's my first time writing a series arc that spans over multiple books. Whereas my first trilogy, like, they're all connected, and like, you should read them in order or you're going to get spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they are romances, so you know that they all end up together at the end. But like, this couple's story is self-contained, as is this one.
Cool.
And this one. So I didn't really have to worry about like, is the pacing right, not just in the individual book, but for all of them, like as if it were one book. Like, here I had to check for consistency, but here it's like consistency and a lot more to check. So I think the plotting this has been a lot more helpful. And this I plotted a lot to help with like the consistency. But these were less plotted. Like, I was still a planter for these.
Yeah. That's good advice. I think too, like if you're writing a trilogy or a series, or I mean even a duology, like you should know what's going to happen in the next book.
Yeah.
So you should know how it ends, even if you just have like a very skeletal outline of the next book, or at least like a paragraph premise, but at least you'll know how it ends to know how the next one starts. So
I have a writer friend who, like, I'll spend hours talking on the phone with her, and she's revising her first book. It's like, it's the first in a 5-book series, which I'm like, wow. And she was talking about like, oh, should I like do this for the end of this book? And I'm like, well, yeah, because if you do that, then you have a perfect segue into book 2. Whereas if you do this other thing, you're thinking like, it just doesn't flow as well for what you said that you want to accomplish with the series. Right. And she like has a general idea of each book. And I'm like, well, that's the perfect link. Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Right. That's true. Oh shoot, I lost my train of thought of what I was gonna say. And then like what the big twist would be, or I guess like this is kind of into like twists, or like if you get stuck, is you know, not making everything that happens like the first thing that you think of, or because that's going to be the thing that everyone thinks of. Like, think of a couple ways that it can go. And then one thing that I learned from KM Weiland is like, you write like, this is what people expect to happen, and this is what actually happens. And you do that for like every plot point. So some things it's okay if like, you know, oh, they think that the guy will get the girl in the end, and the guy gets the girl in the end. But then maybe the other thing is, you know, oh, you know, the grandpa survives, and then, or it's like, oh yeah, you think the grandpa will survive, but he dies, or something like that. So it's
or
like
vice versa.
Right. So like whatever, like you write like what most people will think is going to happen, and then choose some of those to be the reverse of that. So
I should do that for certain books that I'm thinking of that are definitely in genres that need more of a twist. I've been told that the twists that I've done in this trilogy have been fine as I've been writing them. So I'm like,
ooh, good.
But, also, if you ever get stuck, sometimes just writing, like I write in third person limited. I have a book that is going to be in first person present, and I used to only write in that, but now after writing at that point 6 books in
Yes.
third person limited is going to be a little bit difficult. But like even in third person limited, sometimes just writing like a scene from like another character's perspective that like you might never use. Like maybe they're not even a POV character, but just like what they see, like what would affect not just the main character, like what would affect another character. And if you can write that, then you can be like, okay, and then reverse engineer in some way.
Yes. Great advice. I love that. Well, I think we have reached the end of our stream.
Woo!
So remember, guys, Zara's linked down below. She will be back here again soon, I know.
Yes. Don't forget to like the stream for Holly and subscribe to her if you haven't already.
Thanks. All right, you guys, have a good night, have a good weekend, and we will see you. Oh, I might see some of you guys tomorrow in our book club discussion. If not, I will see you in the next stream.